terms of what we're gonna do with the arms. So let's start in half guard. You don't want people to flatten me, right? If he flattens me and starts elevating his hips, it's hard to stop the pass, okay? So let's start first things first. I don't want him going under my head. If he tries to go under the head, I want to catch here, not here. I'm not pushing away, extending my arms. My elbows are staying in tight and I'm coming over like this, okay? People try to either keep going under your head or they'll try and like move their arm and elbow over to here, right? And go to reverse half, right? Just drop that hip down. Yeah, like this. This is one of my favorite spots to pass from, okay? If he wedges his shin up in my hip line, bring it up like here. Yes, now up with that leg. Boom. That's one of my favorite passes, okay? So look, if he's trying to bring his arm over, I'm gonna exit here and I'm gonna grab, okay? Now, thumb up on the pant grip. You may end up grabbing here. It just kind of depends on their leg and like what is available, right? I'm gonna scoot out and put my half butterfly in. Okay, now look, I can pull him a little bit and I can lean back a little bit and that's gonna unweight his legs so I can go into guard replacement, okay? So he tries to go under. Look at the position of my elbows. It's not that you'll never raise them in this spot, but like I'm not extending my elbows out from my body. Okay, as he tries to continue with the pressure, I'm making an X here. I'm going in front of his face and grabbing the gi. I'm hipping out. I want to pull him here, lift this, and then let it go. Guard recovery. One more time. He tries to go under the head here. Okay? Look, you got other plays here. Kimura, right? I can set up and start working here. Like an octopus guard is what a lot of people call it, right? But here, X. Go in front, wrap, grip the gi. Scoot back, pull him as you elevate, and drop him in. Does that make sense? Let's work on that. 1, 2. Everything. So when he tries to go under the head, same thing, same protocol, X. Go in front here, grip the gi, scoot out. When you go to drop him in, look how my hips are already this way. My hips are gonna go, I'm gonna turn my face that way to take the back and extend this leg. However, I can just sweep here, okay? Just a butterfly sweep with the outside leg chopping. Just like the guard recovery, except you're sweeping. Some of you accidentally swept when you were doing this. That same thing happened to me at the seminar. Now, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna misalign the head. We're gonna slide our knee up to technical mount, and we're gonna put our knee behind his head. Now look how I've got his arm under my elbow, right? I will say I've never seen this exact armbar I'm about to show, except for it's a seminar. I've seen a similar stuff, but not this exact way. So here, grabbing the leg like this. Don't lean back too much. Extend the hip there, right? If you lean back too much, the arm will pop out, right? So you have elbow clamped down here. When you lean back, a little opposing force, I'm pushing him down with my legs and then my hip extends, okay? So think about my hips going up, my legs are crunching in but going down, right? So it's an opposing force that creates this shearing action, okay? So as I'm doing that with the legs, the elbows under my arm and the hips coming up, okay? Let's see it from the whole scenario there. Just watch the sweep here and then the armbar details. Boom. We're gonna sweep this. We're already facing the way we're gonna sweep. We pull him off his base here. Boom. Slide up to technical mount. This is one move. I've got this. I'll have your elbow here, have it on the outside. Now I can grab his leg here I can step over the head like this. Push him down and away as I extend my hip one more time. He tries to go into the head. I'm framing, Xing under as he continues with that pressure, hipping out. Just like I'm doing the garter cover your back take, I drop in and I sweep. Okay? Now, come up to technical mount. When I do, I shelf that arm on my leg, right here. Try and pull your arm out. It's not perfect, I ain't gonna stay here all day though. Right, then here. All right, push him away. Look how his back's off the floor. So I'm pushing him away and the hip's coming up. That makes sense? All right, let's do it, 1, 2. I know some of you are like, yeah, see, when he's on his side. Yeah. Okay, that's something, a tip I gave a couple of people. Okay, let's check out what's next. Okay, so here you're trying to go under the head, I X. And guys, this is just a type of frame that I'm doing. Okay, also like when you frame, never, but rarely are your hands and arms locked straight out. A lot of times when I'm doing different frames, like here, I'm wedging that elbow into his body, right at his shoulder, and my hands are relaxed. Even when I'm like this, look how my hands are relaxed. Okay? And I'm not giving him that arm under the head in the same fashion. But here, right, try not to be locking those arms out. Come under, go in front here. Look how I'm on my side. Butterfly hook. Okay? Now as you pull him here, like what we're gonna do is, this arm is already over. If I extend this hook, I can take him out. Okay? I'm just getting him to turn inside of my guard. Now, if I want something simple like a rear naked, look up to get a better grip on your V. And two, it's a mistake a lot of people make in the beginning is going here for the rear naked. You can just grab your arm. Not good. Here, it ensures it goes behind the head. I'm gonna pull his head back a little bit as I close the V and shrug my shoulders. Right, but just this back take you land with this arm. Right here, okay? So as I elevate, here, this is the elevation. I'm gonna extend that leg and it forces him to turn. I hip out. Look up at the ceiling, here. You just get a better V when you do that, okay? Here, and you get a little more defense here, pulling his head back, closing the V. And when I shrug my shoulders, I want my elbows to go down into him. Okay, so like that. You don't have to squeeze very hard. And just, when you're doing your squeeze, go 1, 2, 3. Don't go 1 to 6, right? You want to just gradually, because they'll probably tap around a 2 or 3 doing it that way, right? So there's no need to do a 6. That's what, when people talk about efficiency and Jiu-Jitsu being gentle or whatever, that's what they're trying to say, okay? Here, you're trying to go under X, follow the pressure across, hip out, boom. Let's spin him. Look up at the ceiling, that open chest. Don't turn it back in for the finish. You don't need to. Does that make sense? Let's work on that 1, 2. So, he's trying there, I X, I come here. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull his gi out here. Okay, and look what I did. Like when I pulled it out, I went to the end of it, and then I pass it. And that can kind of control his posture. Now, look at this space between under his arm and outside his neck. Here. Now, I'm gonna push this arm rack down, and I'm gonna grab and hug him like this. All right? The alignment, we want our thumb on the back of his neck. Here. Brabo choke. But it's inverted. Okay? So, Brabo's Portuguese for mean. FYI. So look, you can get too deep on this, and that feels like it'd be appropriate. It becomes less of a choke then. Too shallow, you don't have the right leverage. Try and get that thumb on the back of his neck and then grab, and I'm pulling that to create leverage. I also wanted just a light little hug here to create leverage.